Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, and on tap today I've got day 10 of the Weight Loss for Women Over 50 series, and today's workout is one of my favorite ones of all time. We're going for a walk with a little bit of running. Now that does mean that the day has a little bit of impact, but we are all standing, you don't need any equipment at all, and there's no squatting. When you're ready for this one, I'm totally ready. Let's go! All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. I have a whole different timer set up for us today, and I'm going to explain all about that in just a second after I figure out how to make this go. You guys, you know what? This is a really good intro. Let's go ahead and do our arm circles with high knees. This is the perfect introduction to exactly what I wanted to talk to you about today. I know for some of you, you heard me say walk and run and you were like, oh, absolutely not, Pahla. And yet you pushed play anyways. Here's the thing about trying something new. You gotta just try it. You know what? Maybe you'll love it, maybe you'll hate it, maybe it'll all be different, maybe it'll be weird, maybe it'll feel great, maybe lots of things. But trying something new, I mean, if you're on this weight loss journey, you've already probably tried lots of new things. Now is a great time to discover what you enjoy and what you don't. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers. We are gonna do our regular warm-up today because I like to get myself into that mode where I know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, even though the timer is different and everything is weird, and I've just realized that I don't know what kind of sound I have it on, and hopefully it'll even make sound. You know what, guys? Life is always an adventure, especially when we are doing something new and different. But here's the scoop on today. Today is one of my favorite kind of workouts because it is walking and running, which is hands down, well, it is hands down the thing that helped me on my weight loss journey 13 years ago. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. And welcome to my home. Really stretching out those abs, making sure that your chest and your lungs feel nice and open, because probably the most important thing that we're going to work on today is learning how to breathe. And I know you were born knowing how to breathe, but when we do walking and running intervals like we're going to do today, and the intervals, by the way, nice and short, nice and gentle. We're going to go ahead and get started with some walking right now. We've got about 3 minutes left of our warm-up before we get into what I'm calling the meat of the workout. And I'm actually going to pick up my timer and make sure that I've got this loud enough that we can hear it, so that I can hear it, frankly. I'll tell you what we're doing. But here's what it looks like. We're going to be walking at a pace that feels comfortable, like not pushing it at all, for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna walk at a pace that feels like we're really picking up things for 20 seconds. And then I've got a 10-second interval where I'm gonna be running, and you can pick whatever pace, whatever feels best for you. Today is meant to be a little bit of a challenge. The longest part of what we're doing is something that we do all the time, walking at a gentle, moderate pace. This is a great workout in and of itself, but that little 10 seconds, it's like adding a little bit of spice to a dish that was already fantastic that makes it wow. You guys, here's my couple of caveats. First of all, if you have never done any kind of indoor walking or running, I do actually suggest that you wear shoes in spite of the fact that I am barefoot. I've done this for years. I've been running for 14 years now, almost 14 years now. My feet have long since acclimated to this kind of work. If this is new for you, make sure that you are wearing shoes. If this is so new and so outside your comfort zone that you are not sure about running, don't. You don't have to. You never actually have to do any of the exercises I do. I feel like you know that. I feel like even if this is only your 10th day working out with me, that I have said it enough times that you know that you should always make the workout work for you. If you have a particular exercise that you just love to do, go ahead and do that for the 10-second intervals instead of running if you would prefer. Or maybe go every other one or every third one. Setting yourself your own challenge is the way to make this workout work. Because here's the thing, even if what you do is walk the entire time and just listen to me talk, that's totally fine with me. This is a great workout in and of itself. When in doubt, go for a walk, my friends. And in fact, I have a lot to say about that. I'm going to tell you though real quick, in about 30 seconds, we're going to get started with our first interval. And the intervals are going to move along pretty quickly. There are quite a few of them. What we're going to do is the long interval, probably just about this pace. It's not really going to be a huge difference the first time it chimes. But then for that second interval, the 20 seconds, we're going to consciously pick it up a little. Not necessarily a lot. It's up to you to figure out what still feels moderate and what still feels doable. But I want you to think about having 3 different paces. It's that repetition of difference that makes this a particularly effective workout. So I'm going to go ahead. This is our long interval of 30 seconds. I was about to pick it up because I heard the chime, but I'm actually keeping it at this pace. The next time it chimes, though, we're going to kind of swing our arms a little bit more and pick up that pace. My friends, walking is hands down one of the most beautiful and wonderful things that you can do for yourself. It truly is a perfect exercise. Now I know, so here we go with a little bit bigger of a walking pace. I'm moving my hands a little bit. I am going to pick it up to a run. Again, I'm an experienced runner. I love to run, so I'm going to pick it up for the 10-second intervals. Totally up to you to do whatever works for you. My friends, I want you to feel like today is a good challenge. Here we go. When it beeps again, taking it right back to that gentle, easy walking pace. Awesome job. Whoo, doggies. Okay, you survived. You survived. Okay, I'm putting my hands back down. Nice and gentle. I'm bringing my heart rate down. It's amazing how your heart rate came up with only 10 seconds of that interval, right? But we just bring it right back down with this gentle interval of 30 seconds. You guys, walking is so good for you both mentally and physical. I know that sometimes we get it in our heads that we have to do more, that we have to pick up weights, that we have to do upper body stuff, that we have to do X, Y, or Z, whatever it is. When it beeps again is our fastest interval. This is our 20 seconds. That's why I got my hands really going here. Our next one is our fast one. The fact is, I've already told you that when you are losing weight, you don't really have to exercise at all. But there we go, right back to a gentle walk. Hands come back down, shoulders relax. We catch our breath. Awesome job. Walking does wonders for just about every system in your body. You are absolutely correct when you worry that, not worry, you don't be correct about worrying, but you are absolutely correct when you acknowledge the fact that we're not getting upper body toning when we do walking exercises. However, and then here we go, I know you're about to notice it. When we're doing this brisk walking interval, having your arms moving a little bit higher, having your hands clenched just a little bit, that, my friends, is upper body toning. You can turn a walking workout, here we go, walking and running workout if you want to, into a toning workout without having dumbbells in your hands. You might, and that's totally okay. Relax your shoulders, catch your breath. You might, if you'd like to, do a walking with weights workout. Believe me, I will have at least 1 or 2 more during this month. But regular walking with nothing in your hands can help you tone your body, help you work on your heart health, help you work on your balance, help you work on your core strength. Here we go with our pick it up pace. I'm actually really feeling these intervals, thinking about them coming kind of quickly, thinking about which interval we're on. This is a great workout for your mind as well as your body. You know how we love those. You can take this kind of workout, and then here we go with our quick interval. There we are. Awesome job. It's only 10 seconds. I know it feels mighty long when we're in the middle of it, but that only 10 seconds is a great way to practice any new skill. My friends, this kind of a walking workout you could take with you outdoors when the weather is good. I know, it's January if you are watching this when I record them and post them. But when the weather is nice and it's safe to walk outside, this is a glorious way to get in touch with nature, to feel good about being out in the sunshine, if there is sunshine to be had. Walking changed my life, honestly. I had been walking for about 9 months before I really got serious losing weight. And the fact is, even though I wasn't losing weight, I was complaining about it. Here's our 10-second interval, a little bit faster, whatever pace works for you. I was complaining that walking wasn't doing anything for me when I was doing it, because I wasn't doing anything else but walking. I wasn't watching what I was eating. I wasn't making any other changes. But here's the thing that I realized after the fact. I had been walking for about 9 months before about 7 months before I got really serious about losing weight. And then I continued to walk when I finally changed what I was eating and started to lose weight, until a couple of months, here we go with our hands up, brisk walking interval. A couple of months after I started losing weight, I tried running. And that's what it was. I was trying. I was not going for a run for the first several weeks or months that I was doing anything. But I tried to go for a run. And I realized after the fact that 9 months of walking, even though it didn't get me the result that I thought I was going for, it is absolutely the reason that I was capable of being successful. The fact that I was able to make mental space in my schedule every single day for a little bit of exercise absolutely paid off in spades by the time I changed what I was doing for exercise, by the time I changed what I was eating. My body was already prepared for the consistency that it really needed to have to see weight loss changes. My friends, if you ever don't love the workout that I put up for you, or need a change of pace, or need something different, go for a walk. You can choose this video, or you can just take yourself outside. Here's our 10-second interval. What a great job you're doing. So proud of you. Thinking about pulling in your core, and then thinking about relaxing. You know, this up and down thing that we're doing with our heart rate, it's still a great moderate workout. We're not trying to spike our heart rate. I know that there are fitness trainers who want to talk to you about the only way to burn fat is to do a spike your heart rate and then rest for a short amount of time. It's called HIIT training, high intensity interval training. And honestly, I have lots of HIIT workouts on my channel if you are looking for that kind of thing. But the fact is, at our age, HIIT workouts aren't all they're cracked up to be. And truly, HIIT workouts aren't designed for people who are brand new to exercise. This kind of a workout with the gentle intervals, here's our 10 seconds of intensity. This is actually more effective for, I'm gonna say, general exercisers. The kind of HIIT workouts that a lot of fitness trainers put out where it's high intensity for long intervals. That is fantastic for people who are already athletic. If you are closer to the beginning of your exercise journey than, further along on the road, this kind of interval training is significantly better for you. And here we go with our moderate intensity, with our hands picked up, a good pace. The risk of injury is pretty low when we take our highest intensity at very short doses. The risk of burnout, honestly, also kind of low. If you've ever done super high intensity workouts, you know that you can't sustain that over the long run. It's virtually impossible to keep yourself at that level for many, many days and weeks and months in a row. when we do workouts like this, where you get to relax your shoulders and relax your body and catch your breath during the workout, you're likely to come back to this kind of thing again and again and again. That is consistency, my friends. Now when it beeps again, here it is, we're picking it up. What a great job you're doing. I realize that I have not been counting these intervals at all, but I'm thinking that we don't have very many more of that running interval. In fact, I didn't even tell you how many times we were going to do that. I know for some of you, I didn't want to scare you off by telling you that we were going to do 10 intervals, but I feel like we must definitely be over halfway, and in fact closer to being on our cool down. Oh my gosh, that was actually our 10th. This is why I don't count, my friends. This is why I always have a timer going instead of trying to count. I was thinking we were on interval number 6 or 7, and that one was our last one. This is our 5-minute cool down walk where we can really relax our shoulders and really feel amazing about what we just accomplished. I was just talking the whole way through. I didn't even know that that was going to be our last interval of something really fantastic. My friends, when I taught myself through very tiny intervals how to run, it hands down changed my life. Those first couple of weeks when I taught myself how to run with short intervals are the reason that I am here. And in fact, the 9 months before that I just got myself out of the house and went for a walk are the reason that I was able to run. This workout, it can change your life. And isn't that amazing to think about that? Where you are right now on your journey, you could be in the process of changing your life in a way that you don't even know. When I lost weight 13 years ago, I know that I started off with the goal of I don't want to be fat anymore. That was really all I had in my head. It was all I wanted. I had some inkling that I might be able to do something, maybe, but nothing like learning how to run, nothing like learning how to enjoy exercise, nothing like turning exercise into my entire career. None of that was on my radar 13 years ago. Isn't it crazy to think about where you might be in a year or 2 or 13 with your fitness, with your career, with your life, with your goals? You know, we all start somewhere. As they say, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Today, it might have been, however many steps this has been, it might have been about 2,000 steps, which is about what I've gotten here. It might be 2,000 steps into your journey. I would actually really love to hear about this. This is the kind of thing that I love to hear about your experience. I actually always want your feedback on the workouts. I love to hear from you. But this particular workout, because it is so near and dear to my heart, I enjoy walking and running so much. I love to hear what you think about your accomplishment. I know that walking and running is a crazy thought for lots of us. I thought for sure it was beyond me until I did it. And now, look where we are. You guys, here on screen, I'm going to have an actual cool down. In fact, we've got about 1.5 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and do some arm circles with some side tappers because I really want to get a different plane of motion here. On screen, I'm going to have for you at the very end of the video an extended cool down where there's a little bit more stretching, because especially with a workout like today, it was 10-second intervals, but if you are not an experienced walker, jogger, runner, you are pretty likely to feel tightness in your legs and specifically in your calves, if not later today, then tomorrow. So stretching out your lower body is going to be really important. Also here on screen, I'm going to have a playlist of all of the workouts in our Weight Loss for Women Over 50 series. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers. Give yourself a big hug. Oh my gosh, what a good job you did. And then open, up and out to the side. Awesome. Right now, there's only 10 videos in the playlist, but eventually, by the end of the month, we'll have all 31 of the videos. And that way, it'll be a great resource for you to come back to again and again and again on your weight loss journey. The thing is, weight loss never gets harder than this. You might do more, you might expect more of yourself, but these are the basic steps. These steps are what you're going to do the whole time. You're going to eat the right number of calories. You're going to exercise moderately. You're going to watch your water, watch your sleep, watch your stress. That's what it takes the entire time. My friends, down on the bottom of the screen, there's the letter P. That's an invitation to go over to Patreon. And that was the end of our workout. Goodness gracious, that was super loud. You guys, the invitation to go over to Patreon, where a monthly pledge from you helps me make free workouts for all of us. And also on the other side, that's a subscribe button. Make sure you click that and the bell notification so that YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I'll see you tomorrow.